Well, good Monday morning, folks, or at least to those of us that survived the weekend. It's Monday again. Yeah, I know. Everybody loves a Monday. We can get through it, though. Just charge ahead. Keep an eye on the prize. The weekends, well, yeah, it's 5 days away. It sucks. Anyway, being as it's Monday, we're going to jump back on that tag from 865 Knives called Monday Modern Madness. And today we're going to look at one that's, again, it's an older modern. It's, oh God, I don't know when it was released. It's been a while. There's various versions of it. It comes from CRKT, and it is the Pilar. And the version we're going to look at is the large Pilar. There we have it. And it is a flipper. Comes in this wonderful bubble wrap packaging. At least when you buy it at Bass Pro or Cabela's, it comes in this lovely packaging. A little bit of information on the back there. And you've got your back flipper deployment. You've got a Framelock, which is my one big gripe about this. It's not easy to access, and it's a little tough on the hands. But you've also got thumb hole for thumb flicking deployment. And works really nice on a reverse flick. It's got a G10 scale on the one side, no scale on the other side. Pocket clip that is right side only, but is either tip up or tip down carry adjustable. It has a, I guess you want to call it like a sheep's foot or sheep's hoof blade. A little bit of a swedging across the top here. Bit of a belly on it rather than a straight bottom. Quite a bit of sharpening choil on it. Really good finger choil. Particulars, it is, let's see, what's the overall length? Advertised as. Well, the closed length is advertised as 4 inches, and the open length is advertised as 6.69. Let's have a look at that. First, we'll look at your open length. And that is coming in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just a little bit over 6.5. Your closed length, pretty darn close to 4 inches. Blade length, do we have that advertised? It is advertised at 2.67 inches. I'd say that's pretty close. And you've got a cutting surface of 2.33 inches. Any other good information on it? Weight is 3.80 ounces. Again, you have a G10 handle. Back is stainless steel. Folding with a frame lock. Edge is plain. Your steel is 8CR14 MOV with a satin finish and a thickness of 0.15 inches. So I think it's a very comfortable knife in the hand. It's if you don't use the choil, it's like a 3-finger grip, and that's not so great, but you get your finger in that choil, and it's just, I find it very comfortable. I have the clip set to the tip up carry, and I can take a good firm grip on that. Gives me no issues whatsoever, no hot spots. It has no jimping at the top, but you do have an arch to the top for a good thumb placement. It is definitely a worker, great for a draw cut, be a great box cutter, rope cutter, things like that. You could do a draw cut with it, but I find the grip isn't the best on a draw cut. But just like a general work knife, I think it's a pretty great design. Wouldn't have hurt to have a little bit of the G10 on this side just for some extra traction. But just a good everyday, if you work in a lumber yard, a a warehouse, factory, any place like that. Probably has some good use, like a tile cutter, carpet cutter, something like that in construction industry. Certainly going to open boxes and cut rope, cut strapping, all that kind of stuff for you. Comes from the factory with a fairly good grind. I don't see any major, maybe a little light. Goes a little heavy to the center of the belly here and then a little lighter to the tip. But it's a good overall knife and quite sharp. And with that belly on it, it certainly makes for a good cutter. So there you have it. My main complaint, as I said, is that Framelock, it's not good access. You really got to dig in there to get to it. And another issue that I've seen other people identify with, and I can relate to, is it has a double detent. So you stop here, and then you close again. So it is by no means fall shutty until at least you pass that first detent, and then it drops shut. Now, you could argue that's a pretty good safety feature too, because it's not going to accidentally close on you. Well, I mean, it could, but there's at least that bit of resistance. But that also is going to make it not a particularly fidgety knife, because you have to actually bypass that first detent. I think a double kick or something like that, somebody else called it. I used to watch all these reviews when I first got into the knives, and now here I am making them. But if you can get by that, if you don't care about the fidget factor, then I think it's a pretty darn good knife. I've carried it quite a bit. I've put it to good use. And, it's not a woods knife or anything like that. It's more of an industrial use knife, I think. That's my opinion. But anyway, there's our look. The CRKT Pilar large version. I think they just come out with a Pilar 3, if I'm not mistaken. Have a look. If you find this one interesting, you might like the updated version better. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little peek. And it's, just get through Monday. Look at that. We just killed a few minutes. You're that much closer. Have a great and wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, please consider tapping that like button. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or criticisms, please throw those in the comment section below. And if you like the video and you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing and maybe even tap that little bell. And as always, get out there, learn something new. Learn to be a little more handy. It'll help you and help everyone around you. You all have an awesome day. The weekend's coming. Take care.